Hello mini professors, welcome to your science session. Today we're going to be looking at different materials. So if you haven't already, please go have a wander around your house, gather different objects and bring them back here. I will wait for you. I also walked around my house and find loads of objects. Now I know very well that you're very familiar with some of the materials because at school during our different sessions, during loose parts play or during playtime, we often discuss them. And I know that you're all familiar with plastic, with wood, with glass, with metal, and maybe a fabric. But just in case, let's go over them. So here I have a bunny, and the bunny is made of, what do you think that is? Yes, that's right. It's wood. So the bunny is made of wood. And wood is a natural material. It comes from trees. I have some Duplo blocks. What do you think they're made of? Oh, yes, that's right. We all know they are made of plastic. That's right. What shall I show you next? How about this? What do you think this is made of? That's right, that's glass, and I found it in my recycling box. But I have something else that looks like a glass, but it's not a glass. What do you think this is? Let me see, what does that sound like? Doesn't sound like a glass jar. Listen very carefully. That's right, this is made of plastic. But on your screen it probably looks like it's made of glass too. Very different material, yet it looks the same. Also have some objects I managed to pull out of my recycling bin. Whoop, look at this. Hello there. Whoop. Is that a telescope? Oh no, this is a long cardboard tube. But actually I quite like having a big telescope. Can you see me? I can see you. So this is made of cardboard, and cardboard is recyclable. I also found this in my recycling box. Now, we try not to buy lots of plastic, but when we do, we make sure we clean them out and we recycle them where possible. So this pot is made of plastic. Oh, and I also found this, not in my recycling box, but in Charlie's bed. And that's a soft toy, and it's also made of fabric. Now, I did find loads and loads of things, and I would be here all night long trying to name them for you. But I took photographs of them, and let's have a look at them all together. So I've got the tube, I've got a wooden bunny, plastic Duplo blocks, metal spoon, some natural stones and crystals, china bowl, cardboard box, some sandpaper. I even have some socks and a metal ring, scrunchy tissue paper, soft toy glass jar, and I have the clay penguin, and you can also see the transparent photo frame. But before we move on, I would like to bring your attention to something I found in my freezer. What could it be? Ice cream. Oh, good one. But no, it's not ice cream. You mean the evil pea from Super Potato Story? No, it's not the pea, even though I do have a frozen pea in my freezer. Yes, I have some blocks of ice, and I would like you to keep those in mind because the ice will keep coming back throughout our lesson, but you will soon find out why. I put it on the side. I wonder if in 10 minutes or 15 minutes at the end of our video the ice will still look like this. Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? So you saw all my objects and you probably have some objects around you as well. But now we're going to separate these objects in different groups according to their properties. What shall we start with? Maybe I start with things that are soft. So here I have all the objects that I thought they were soft. I have the scrunchie and a soft toy, got some cotton wool and a sock. Now, the soft materials, why do we call them soft? Well, because when you stroke them, when you feel them, they're very pleasant to touch and often they're also very flexible. Oh, look how stretchy that sock is. And the scrunchie. They're all bendy and often we like to have a cuddle with them too. So these are my soft materials. Did you find anything soft? I hope so. Next, let's have a look at things that feel hard. That means they are very, very solid. Okay, so my hard objects, I have a china bowl, some Duplo blocks, some crystals, my plastic photo frame, the wooden bunny and a glass jar. Now sometimes the hard things are also very fragile. For example, if I drop this glass jar or my china bowl, they are probably going to break, so we need to be very, very careful. And they're all very hard, look. They're not flexible, you can't bend them. They're very, very solid. Oh yes, and look what popped up here in the middle. Something very hard as well. I think it might be the ice. Oh, hello ice. Whoops. And it's slidey. Next up are objects that feel rough. That means when you touch them, it's not so pleasant and they can be quite bumpy and spiky. Okay, so I have my amethyst and when I touch it, oh, it is very bumpy and quite spiky. Don't like it at all. The stone is very rough to touch. Oh, I have a sandpaper. Ask one of your grown-ups if you have any sandpaper at home and I'll bet you when you touch it you will really think it's very rough. I have this coffee cup which is very rough on the outside and this ball I put in my dryer. It's actually quite okay to touch, but it's very spiky and very rough. And oh, hello, Mr. Ice Cube. Are you back on? Yeah, you do feel a bit rough. I'm not sure if I like touching you. Ooh. Okay, next up are things that are all smooth. That means it's complete opposite to rough objects. Let's see what I found. Okay, here I have a metal spoon, which is very smooth to touch. And when I say it's smooth, that means there is not a single bump or not a single rough bit on a spoon. My china bowl feels very nice and smooth as well. And so does the long cardboard tube or the plastic pot. And do you know what? My glass desk is very smooth as well. There is not a single scratch on it. And the ice cube feels very smooth as well. Look how it shines. It's beautiful. Next up, let's find all the objects which are opaque. Now, some of you who watched my lesson about shadows 2 weeks ago will know that opaque are the objects that don't let any light through. There you go. There is a selection of my opaque objects. I can't see through this. Or when I look through metal, you can't see through that. Or the penguin. Or a piece of wood. The coffee cup won't let me see anything through. Or the china bowl. It will all cast a very dark shadows when you hold it up to a light. Can you see the bunny shadow? So the light can't get through the bunny, so it casts a shadow. Let's have a look at the sandpaper. You can see how the sandpaper leaves the shadow, but the light travels through those holes that have been punched through the sandpaper. There you go. Oh, hello, Mr. Penguin. You have a lovely shadow with your beak. There you go. So these objects are opaque. That means the light cannot travel through them. Now, these objects are all transparent, and that means you can see through them. Okay, let's put them to test. So first of all, the glass jar. I still have the paper sticker on it, but if I wouldn't, I can see you. Can you see my eye? It's transparent. I can see through the jar. Look, you can see my lips moving still. Oh, this piece of plastic frame, look at that. I can see you very clearly. It's completely transparent. Oh, I can see a reflection in it as well. There you go. And here it is again. It's the ice. And look, the ice is transparent too. You can see through it. There you go. Look, you'll be able to see the green block. So transparent objects are objects and materials you can see through. That means the light can travel through them and they're not going to cast very strong shadows when you hold them up to light because the light travels through them. I thought that was very interesting that the different materials had very different properties. What I found very interesting was that the ice was rough, it was very hard, it was smooth, and it was also transparent. It was very rough when I first took it out of the freezer. But a few minutes later, it became really smooth. I wonder why. Well, shall we have a look at it now? Okay, here it is. Oh no, where did it go? Where is my block of ice? Oh, all there is left is this puddle of water. What happened to my ice? Seriously, can anyone explain this? Oh, I forgot. The ice melts and I can't believe I just left it on my desk. Now I have to wipe this something. It's terribly messy. So the ice melted in the end. Wow, it kept changing throughout our science session. It was rough, it was smooth, it was transparent, and now it turned into liquid because it melted. I wonder if some of the other materials would melt. I guess if we put the glass or the plastic into a very hot fire, they would melt. Make sure you don't do that. Definitely not at home. Well, I think we might have to explore melting sometime soon. I hope you enjoyed the science session today, and I hope you managed to explore loads of different objects and materials. And if you did, let me know. Maybe you found objects that were very unusual that I actually didn't have here, made of materials we didn't discuss. Please let me know how it went. Bye!